till the recording begins. Yeah. So in this session, we are going to continue with our, as I already told you, we are going to continue with our Code Cloud basic introduction to Docker. Okay. And in this, what we are going to learn about is some more Docker commands. And this is a lab inside the run module. Okay, Docker run module. And let us see what all questions are there. So they want us to identify the environment and how many containers are running in this environment. On the right hand side in this terminal, we can run the Docker command. It's like our Docker container. Okay, so I'm just going to run Docker PS. So PS command, let me inspect what containers are currently in execution. Okay, so this is the output. Since we have small space, it is showing in 2 lines. Okay, so there is one container currently running with container ID this. The image name is nginx. After colon, whatever return is like a tag that is associated with the image name, that you can consider as if it's a version of the original image. So nginx is the original image and nginx colon alpine is the version with a tag alpine of the nginx original image. Now, in the discussion in the videos, if you see, they have explained it. The size of this particular Docker image, nginx alpine, is lesser than the nginx original image. Okay, you can also check these images in static position when they are downloaded from the Docker Hub. If you want to if you want to find the list of images that are currently available on the machine, these are the list of images that are present on my machine. So what is the difference between writing Docker PS and writing Docker images? Docker images show you the raw images that already are downloaded from the Docker Hub and present on your host, whereas Docker PS shows you all the images which are currently containerized. So containerized means the images is now converted into an executing container. So a container is actually an entity that is running, that is in action. Okay, so at this point it is a executing image that we are seeing when we are talking about Docker PS. An executing image को ही आप Docker container ये tag देते हो, ये नाम associate करते हो. So that you need to remember. So the question was how many containers are running. So this is the image of the containers. There are 9 images, I guess. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 images are there, and out of those 9 images, one container is in action or is in execution, and that is this one. So I will select 1 as my answer. Okay, you'll find that this is the nginx container. The tag associated with it is alpine, and there is one more nginx container. The tag associated with that is latest, and you can visualize the size over here of both the images. So this image is 133 MB, and the one above is just 22.6 MB. So that's the difference in the sizes that I was referring to earlier. So nginx colon alpine is tagged image is nginx image. So nginx is a web server, by the way. If you don't know that, it's a web server, and what they've done is the original image might have other softwares which are not necessary while a web server is running. So they have stripped those applications down when creating the nginx colon alpine image. Okay, that's how you can understand what it is having. So it says that what is the image used by the container. Okay, the container that we are executing, they are asking us what is the image that the container uses. So image can be found out in this particular column, and since I had executed it previously, I'll just re-execute it to verify that the same image container is running still. So nginx alpine is the image that is running. Okay, now the questions are easy in order to just cross-check your understanding about what is a container, how it is executing, how it is running, etc. Now this is very important. How many ports are published on this container? So we need to understand where the ports tag is there in the output. So Docker PS shows us the container ID, image name, the command that is running currently inside the container when the container is executing, when it was created, since when it is running, that is, what is the current status. So it is up, and it is up since 5 minutes. How many ports are there? Okay, that the port shows. So you'll find that there are two ports here. 3456 is the first port, and the other port is 38080. Okay, and if you see these arrows map to the host port. Okay, now container is running inside the host machine, so container will have its own ports, and your host machine will have its own ports. Host machine ports are viewable from the outside world, and the container ports are viewable inside the host. So that is why these mappings are done, and these mappings show which contain internal port in the container is exposed to which port of the host machine. That is what you are able to see in this particular case. So this is a list of two values, hence there are two ports which are published on this container that we can understand. So this is the answer. Final tab in the output is the names tab. I hope that is known to you. Now, which below ports are exposed on the container? Which ports are exposed on the container? Now there are two options. So 3456 is your first port, and the second port is 38080. 38080. Okay. But you will don't find that. So this particular is in a reverse order. So 3456 and 880. These are the two ports. Okay, sorry. Made a mistake somehow. Okay, it should be 3450 and 80. Sorry. This one. I clicked wrong answer. I hope these answers are visible. And you know how these answers are obtained. Which of the below ports are published on the host? So host पे कौन से published है? It will be the other two guys. So it will be 3456 and 38080. So first in this list of the port mapping, the left side is the host port and the right side is the internal port of the container. So 3456 of the host port and 38080 of the host port. There is a very subtle thing. ये क्यों आपको काम में आएगा? क्योंकि अगर मैं कोई वेब सर्वर रन कर रहा हूँ internally on the container, I should be able to access that from outside of the host, and so that I can access it from outside of the host, I need to do port mapping, and this is the port mapping that we are looking at. Okay, the first value in this port mapping 3456 is the host port, or the machine on which I'm running the container port of that machine, and the 3456 after the arrow is the internal port of my container. Same goes over here in this case as well. Now the next thing is run an instance of code-cloud/simple web app with a tag blue and map port 8080 on the container to 38282 on the host. Now what it requires you to do is, it requires you to run a container whose name is code-cloud/simple web app. Now whenever you see such kind of names of a container wherein there is one first name and then there is a slash and then there is another name tag, the first name tag always belongs to the Docker Hub username. Okay, and you will have multiple projects created or multiple containers images created under your account. So Code Cloud is the account username, okay, for a Docker Hub user, and simple web app is the image that we want to use. Now here I want to not just pull the image, but I want the image to be executed as well. Okay, you will find that that web app is already, that image is, web app image is already downloaded, Code Cloud/simple web app. Now all these other images that you are looking at, Redis, Ubuntu, MySQL, Nginx, Alpine, and this again an Nginx Alpine app, all these images are part of library of the Docker Hub. They're part of library of Docker Hub means they doesn't belong to any particular user images, but they are part of publicly available popular operating system, web server kind of images or database server kind of images. Okay, so that's why the difference you are seeing in these repository names. Okay, generally if the repository name has slashes, what it indicates is left hand side of that slash is the user ID on the Docker Hub website, and on the right hand side you have the particular image name. Okay, and then you may have a tag associated with image as well. Now we'll just write the command using which we can pull and execute this particular or rather run this particular thing. So docker run, and I should write the, okay, sorry, I copied something else. It should be simple web app only, because my cursor was running here and there, so it actually copied something else. So this is the name of image that I want to run. But another thing that they have told us is I need to use a tag blue with this particular application. Okay, so here the blue tag image is not downloaded yet, so it will be downloaded in case we want it to be. So how to specify the tag? I guess the option to specify the tag is this, and I need to also specify the port because this is a web application, and since I'm using a web application, I should use a port mapping for it in order to map an external port to an internal port. Okay, so 38282:8080. Now what they're creating, if you see over here, host 38282 is a place where we are trying to access port number 38282 of my host machine. Okay, so it took me to actually I am sharing a tab, so I need to stop sharing a tab to show this, to show you this. Okay, I'll just stop sharing the tab. I'll share everything and I'll show you what I mean by this. Okay, so I hope you are able to see all the tabs in my browser now. I've actually shared the entire screen now. So now what I mean is here in this interface, there is this host colon 38282. So this is a web access URL for accessing ये जो रन हो रहा है टर्मिनल, उसका जो होस्ट मशीन है उसका 38282 पोर्ट को एक्सेस करने के लिए उन्होंने एक आपको लिंक दिया है. So this is a link to access the 38282 port of the host machine on which this terminal access you are obtaining. So I'll just click on that. So currently you will find that this port is not exposed. There's nothing running on this port. But after executing this command, we expect that our web application, which is a simple web app, should run on that particular port. So I'll just execute this, and if we are written the command correctly, probably, okay, it will start that particular application. So we'll say that, so it's not executing. It gave you certain error message, okay, and it just came outside because there is some issue in how we ran the command. Okay, it says that this tag -t blue that I have given is unrecognized argument. Okay, ये किसने दिया? ये वेब ऐप ने आपको दिया है एरर. ये वेब ऐप ने आपको एरर दिया है. So what it says is the command line argument color as argument accept one of these colors. Okay, we'll just see the hint what went wrong for us. So docker run, we need to give the port. Okay, so we correctly specified the port, name of the thing, and the tag should be used like this, web app colon blue. So -t is not the correct option. So if you remember, the -t option is actually for the terminal access. So that's the reason it gave you a error. So just clear the screen. What I wanted to use is I wanted to run this web server I wanted to run this web server with tag blue. Okay, so Code Cloud username slash the image simple web app with blue as the tag. This is what they expect us to execute. And if I want to execute this in a detached mode means I'll get my cursor back. Okay, or I'll run this first time without detached mode just to make sure that it runs. Okay, so it first says that it did not find this image because it was not there available locally. I only had this image available locally. Okay, and colon with the image with blue tag was not available. Now it is saying that download is complete. Okay, it is a Flask application. It is saying that environment production, and it says that this link is active. But if I click on this, I will try to access 0.0.0:8080 of my host, not the terminal host. So I need to access it through here. Okay, so it says still a bad gateway. Okay, it still says it's a bad gateway. It is 38282, and what did we use? 38282. Yeah, we use the correct one. Okay, we are not still able to get that thing correctly executed. So I executed the command, probably still it is not running. Okay, any suggestions to correct me? What was the command that we executed? We executed this command. Again, this is exactly what they are suggesting us to run. The only thing that we have done is we have put the image name before the port mapping. Is that the problem? So to stop this container in execution, since we have run this container in attached mode, that is currently we are inside the container, I don't have my cursor where I can write any other command. I can use Control C to kill this particular container. Now if I see the containers which are running, the container name will not appear in it. Okay, my container name will not appear in it. But if I see if the image is downloaded, the images, in the images, I'll find my image. Okay, image with tag blue is already there. Okay, now what we did was we did port mapping after we did the docker run command. Okay, so we'll just cut this off and maybe paste it earlier. Did not cut, I don't know why. It's terminal, so I did not cut it from it. Yeah. So I execute it again. This time it won't require to download the image. The image is already with us available. It will just run the application. So earlier steps are not shown. And now if I click here, you'll find that this application is running on the 282 port. So this is some sort of a URL that maps that particular URL colon port number to 38282 on the host whose terminal we are accessing there. Okay, so this is how you can understand you do port mapping. So I actually mapped 38282 port with 8080 port on which this image is running. Now you'll ask the question, ये हमको कैसे पता चलेगा? ये अगर आपने खुद ने क्रिएट किया हुआ इमेज रहेगा तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन आपके पास अवेलेबल होगा. If this is not an image that you have created, but it is an image that you have downloaded from Docker Hub, then you should visit Docker Hub, DOCKER Hub. You need to visit Docker Hub and figure out. We'll search about that image. It is Code Cloud slash simple. What was the name? Web app, I guess. No, it did not. It was not there. What was the name? Code Cloud. So all keys were there. Just copy this up. We'll provide it in this search for the project window. See, Code Cloud simple web app. So I'll just go and click over there. This is the information about the image that I have. Now, if I want to know what all tags are available with this particular Code Cloud /simple web app image, I can visit this tag page and I will find that there are a lot of different tags available. Master tag is there, latest tag is there, blue is there, green is there, red is there. Okay, so there are 3 versions of this software. One is blue, the other one is green, the next one is red. Now, since we have time, we'll just try and pull the other one. So we are running the next locally. Okay, so it is downloading this image of red because red was not available locally. It has started red with 8080 as internal port. It is telling you that this is the internal port. Okay, if I click on this or I refresh the other one, this was earlier blue. If I refresh this, now it is red. Okay, so this is a simple web app, static web app website which changes the color as per the version. So it's like having a different CSS styling on a different version of your software. One version uses a particular CSS styling, the other version uses a different CSS styling. That kind of thing these different versions have. Okay, so it gives you a flexibility all about it. And as I do queries, the queries can be understood from here. So it shows the request IP address, when the request was made, what kind of request was served. So get request with HTTP connection was made, and 200 means the request was served correctly. Okay, so that is what the responses you're getting. Okay, so if I actually go and put an HTTPS before and do a request, it will show that as well, that you tried to access using some different protocols. So it internally only uses HTTP protocol. The website is not having a secured connection. It's a web app, by the way, locally made. So now that we have run the application, so we wanted a blue app to run, but हमने red app run किया तो हमको आगे नहीं जाने देगा वो. We stop this. We just quickly run it again. Okay, it is taking time for that to get stopped. Yeah, fine. So I want a blue app to run. So I hope now you have understood the concept of port mapping. So first part in the port mapping should be the external port, the host port, and 8080, the next part is the port of the application that is running. Okay, so that's about this particular exercise.